Texas League Baseball is next. And a good Wednesday night, everybody. We welcome you into this live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now the voice of your San Antonio Missions, the one, the only, John Baker. Oh boy, well, I think I love that more than ever. What a great thing, Bob. There, thank you. Well, we welcome you, everybody, to our live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. It is game 2 of our 6-game set between the visiting Midland Rockhounds and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight is Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark, as we salute those that serve in uniform, those that protect us, and those that serve in our military, our Marines, and every class of branch in military, as we salute those also that serve our communities, such as our Bexar County Sheriff's Office and our San Antonio Police Department, firefighters, and first responders. Well, anyway, if you are a first responder or you serve in our military, you and a lot of branch members will get in the game for free tonight. So that is going to be pretty good. Series continues tomorrow night at 7:05. Flying Chanclas back in action. Don't forget also Friday, Flying Chanclas taking on Midland. And it is $2 Dr. Pepper all night long, as we have a brand new weekend to have the best game of the week. Series continues Saturday night post-game fireworks extravaganza, brought to you in part by our friends there at West Creek Trail Rides and our friends there at Dr. Pepper. Series wraps up on Sunday, concluding our 6-game set against Midland, and then it's off to the Panhandle to take on 6 against the Amarillo Sod Poodles, and then we are back on June 17th through the 22nd, taking on the visiting Frisco Rough Riders. Go online now at samissions.com, purchase and print your tickets from home. Follow us all season long here on YouTube Live, where Tuesday through Sunday, you can watch us here on home or away, and you are good to go. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my good friend and partner, Bob. It's always good to see you here, Bob. Always good to see you too, John. How have you been? I've been good, but anyway, we're just set into our pregame show as we are getting going, and so far, we're just super excited for baseball. But what a night it was for Midland as the Rockhounds took game 1 of the 6-game set at San Antonio. And gotta say, it's been one of them things. Evidently, Midland has scored 4 runs, and San Antonio tried to come back and get something going. Yeah, I gotta say, John, they tried to get in there, and pretty much they just lost it. But they didn't lose that bad, just 2 runs, so nothing to worry about that. And I gotta say, absolutely right there, Bob. Well, anyway, it is pretty much that all has been said about what happened last night. It was a good game. I mean, I don't kid anybody, but it was a pretty good ball game. But anyway, tonight's a brand new night. San Antonio may have lost their 4-game winning streak. They won their last 4 last week in Arkansas. I mean, we look at previous scores, and well, I do believe it was a 5-game winning streak. Nope, never mind. It was a 4-game winning streak. We look at Thursday, May 29th, 17-5, as San Antonio won that game against Arkansas. 6-3, 5-2, and 16-8 final scores there in Arkansas. And then last night, game one against Midland, the Rockhounds win 4-2. Well, anyway, it was a pretty good game, but evidently tonight's a brand new night that we all come together and enjoy what is left of this homestand. I mean, we're going to have a good week this week. We have Wednesday through Sunday now, and so far it's going to be really, really fun. Well, anyway, the first half of the season ends as we take on the Wichita Wind Surge July 8th through the 13th. And yeah, we are not far away from that. We're pretty much getting ready to conclude the first half of the season. And I gotta say, San Antonio alone, third place, trailing behind the Frisco Rough Riders and the Rockhounds. And we're going to pull up the AA standings. Well, we're Frisco and Midland being tied at 31 apiece in wins. San Antonio is 2.5 games back against both teams leading the South Division. I will say if Springfield wins at Frisco and they beat them, and if Midland wins against San Antonio, then the Rockhounds will have first place. And so far, San Antonio will be probably third place in the division. But anyway, we'll still have to see what happens. I mean, it switches around between Midland and Frisco, and first place winners will get that first place spot right there. But anyway, we will be right back after our pre-game show, and this one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. And don't forget that our trail rides are Tuesday through Sunday. Just get the 210 number, and we'll get that to you so you can make your reservation for West Creek Trail Rides. Well, don't forget, call them at 210-968-1524. That is 210-968-1524 to book your ride today. And so far, experience the greatest horseback riding ever known in the great city of San Antonio. And so far, pretty good to go. Well, anyway, we are going to be live in just a little bit. And this one brought to you on part by our friends there at West Creek. So game 2 of 6 between the visiting Midland Rockhounds. And we'll be right back in just a little bit. This will get things started with our pregame show, and so far we're just super excited. But if we got anything else, we let y'all know, and we'll be right back in just a little bit. First pitch scheduled at 7:05. All right, umpiring crew is coming out into the field and are getting ready to exchange the lineup cards for both sides. The manager shaking hands with the umpires. Both sides getting ready to go for both San Antonio and Midland. And yep, just a few moments more and we will be underway of our ball game here this evening. Game 2 of our 6-game set ready in just a few moments more, and near 7 o'clock our time as we get the starting lineups. And so far they're getting those starting lineups on the screen right now, and so far before too long we'll do starting lineups here on stream, so that will be pretty good. Well, anyway, our guy for San Antonio is getting those lineup cards. And yep, we are 7 o'clock right now. Go ahead and missions manager Luke Montz is exchanging the lineup cards. And so far, Montz being the San Antonio manager for the missions. Montz has entered his 4th season in the San Diego Padres organization and 6th season as a minor league manager. Montz previously worked in the Boston Red Sox organization and served for a single-A Salem in the 2021 and 22 seasons. He also managed short season Lowell in 2019 before becoming a manager. Montz was coaching assistant with Double-A Portland in 2018. It means a lot to me to continue to grow as a manager, Montz said. People have welcomed myself, my family to San Antonio with arms wide open. It's a place of comfort and a place that means a lot to us. A Lafayette, Louisiana native, Montz led the missions to the postseason in his first season in the Padres organization in 2023. The club won the first half Texas League South Division title and finished the regular season with a 70-68 record. Montz also served 2024 MLB All-Star and Silver Slugger Award winner Jackson Merrill. The Montreal Expos selected Montz in his 17th round of 2003 MILB draft out of Hill College in Hillsboro, Texas. Montz played over 1,000 professional games across 13 seasons with 5 organizations: Montreal, Washington, New York, Florida, Miami, Oakland, and Boston. He made his major league debut in 2008 with the Washington Nationals and appeared in 10 games that season. Montz also played 13 games for the Oakland A's during the 2013 season, which that's pretty good. Wow. All right, well, fans, we're getting ready for the teams to come out on the field, and so far they're getting ready for the national anthem, and so far we'll take you downstairs. All right, missions now coming out on the field as we get set to go for the start of tonight's broadcast. And we are just so happy that you guys are coming in to spend your Wednesday evening with us here in San Antonio.
And now, your San Antonio.
Well, it is a partly cloudy evening as we get things going. And we're just about set to give you your starter here for Game 2 of our 6-game set. He'll get a few practice tosses before getting started. You always got to give at least a few of those before going here for the San Antonio starter. And we're about ready to play baseball here this evening. So I bet, who's ready? Who's ready for some baseball? Well, our right-hander, Ryan Bergert, is getting the call. And what do we know, Bob? Well, I've got to say, John, 4-seam, slider, changeup, 2-seam, a sweeper. But the best thing that he loves to throw is that slider, the 85 mile per hour. One of the best things you could get while being a San Antonio starter. Well, leading off for Midland, shortstop Arabelle Angeles will lead things off as we get set to go for top of one here for Midland. And here's the pitch by Ryan Bergert. 3 magic words, let's play ball. And the first pitch thrown in for the called strike. It's 0-1. If you're listening to us live here on YouTube, glad that you are coming in. Make yourselves at home, and let's have a good night. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Boy, chasing out of that one. And the count now, 0-2. Go ahead, give your ball clubs tonight. Arkansas, Corpus Christi, Amarillo at Tulsa, Midland at San Antonio, Wichita at Northwest Arkansas, Springfield at Frisco. Now everybody underway, top of the first inning, as all ball clubs going at the same time. That one right there, liner, straightaway center, and that's a through for the base knock. So Midland gets their first hit of the evening, and they are coming in this ball game with base runners coming on early. Colby Halter coming in, and here goes a runner, and he swipes from first going to second, and that is a stolen base, and he is now in scoring position. Boy, and that is the leadoff batter's 7th stolen base of the year for Midland. And the pitch. That is inside for a taken called strike, and the count now 0-2. Midland winning 4-2 last night. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Colby Halter for the Rockhounds coming out now, and that's going to be right there. DeVries will shorthand a hop right there to Castagnon. He's got him for the out. With that, let's give the visiting starting lineups for the Rockhounds. Angeles, Halter, Nankiel will be the leadoff 3. Kurtz, Trinkle, Schwartz, middle. Bolt, Swift, and McIver round out the batting order for the Midland Rockhounds here this evening. Right fielder Nate Nankiel coming in. One away, runner still on second. In scoring position, which that is the leadoff batter, number 9. The pitch right there out of play, foul. And that's a count now, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Outside, and the count now even, 1-1. Halter was a, well, should I say Nankiel, a .310. Pretty good right there. That one is blown out of here, and you can watch that one fly with wings, and it is gone. A long haul ball. And the first one by Nate Nankiel gets 2 runs on the board, and Midland takes a early lead of 2-0. Boy, that is a big boo-boo right there. Boo-boo? What do you think you're saying? You're not a 6-year-old, are you? I'm kidding, John. Uh-huh. In now is Nick Kurtz. As he comes in and he fouls that one out of play, and the count now 0-1. Kurtz batting the average of 319 over 400. Pretty good for that. And the 0-1. Right there and in for a strike, and it's 0-2. One away, nobody on. Or should I say, yep, I was right the first time. But anyway, pretty good on that. Here's the 0-2. Right there, swing and a miss. And that is out number 2. First strikeout for Ryan Bergert. 2-0 Midland here in this ball game, and that one's hit high in the air. That should be an infield fly, and Castellon has it for the out. Boy, Nate Nankiel getting a 2-run shot and the first home run on 2 hits and no errors, and they leave nobody on base. To the bottom of the first we go. San Antonio coming to bat right after this. About ready for the bottom of the first inning for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, early on, before we get started for the San Antonio Missions, let's go ahead and give you some scores. Arkansas leading Corpus Christi. Top of the third, 1-0. It is scoreless ball game. Top of the second, Amarillo and Tulsa. Midland leading San Antonio 2-0. Wichita and Northwest Arkansas scoreless as they're the bottom of the first. Springfield leading the ball game there at Statesman's Park there in Frisco by 1-0. We're about set to go for the bottom of one, and here's the right-hander Jack Cushing as he'll get things started for Midland here in this one. Bottom of the first inning, the left fielder is Albert Fabian. As we are set to go here for the San Antonio bottom of one. That is high and outside. One ball, no strikes. Got a partly cloudy evening. Winds blowing out just shy of center. That could carry the ball very nicely. Glove right there, the third, and he's got him down. One away here, and that's a quick out, number one. Boy, a diving catch by the hot corner guy. That brings up Ethan Salas. Salas coming in, ready to go. He takes a fired-in strike, and it's the count now, 0-1. Salas bats a 320 over a 401 average. So pretty good on that. That is right there. Liner straight away. That's a ground. And that goes right to first.
The center fielder.
And here's the starting lineups for San Antonio here tonight. Fabian, Salas, and Mears will be the leadoff three. Keston, Young, Campbell, and Roederer middle. Rojas, Cedeno, and DeVries round out the batting order for San Antonio here tonight. Center fielder is Joshua Mears. Boy, this guy has been really efficient through 2025. He has really had some home runs. That's a ground hopper to short and right to first. They get him. Plenty of time, inning over. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on for San Antonio. And we head to the second inning. Midland leads this game 2-0. Schwartz, Bolt, and Swift will lead it off top of two when we come back on this Wednesday night. About ready to go for the bottom half of the second inning, or top of the second inning, set to go for Midland right now. The Missions Baseball Network. Well, thank you, Bob. And boy, almost screwing that one up, but we lead off the second inning as Nick Schwartz leading it off with a .186. And the pitch to him. That one is skied right in foul grounds. Rojas leaving his post at third, and he's got it. There's one down. So quick fly out right there. And that'll bring up center fielder Henry Bolt. You know, I really like his last name because he's got a last name as a famous super dog. Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. And that movie was back in 2008. And so was Star Wars The Clone Wars way back then.
Third baseman, number 16, Drew.
Then the Clone Wars series that came on Cartoon Network way back then. Yeah, I remember that. Third baseman is Drew Swift. You know, the Cartoon Network logo was gold and black. Right there up to center, and that's a 1-2-3 half inning. So it will go quick. No runs, hits, errors, and nobody left on base. And now you can say it's the bottom of two, and Midland leads this game 2-0. So we're back here as Marcos Castellon, Campbell, and Roederer will lead it off in the bottom of two when we come back. Well, about set to go for the bottom half of the second inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Leading off the inning is Marcos Castañon. Castañon coming in, ready to go. Here's a pitch by Jack, and it's in for a strike. And it is 0-1. That one is guide to right. Right fielder has the eyes on it. And there's one down.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 7.
Right comes in. It's pretty good clouds tonight. Could have a thunderstorm later on.
Ball, that's in.
Unlike yesterday, what happened in Tulsa, boy, it was coming down heavy rain there at DCJ Field. As they took on Amarillo in that first of that 6th game. Here's the 1-1. That one right there, skied to right. That will get out of play, foul. And the count now, still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The changeup fooled him right there. And that's out number 2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off near the backstop, and that's the count now, 0-1 to Cole Roederer. Plays in the designated hitter spot. Roederer bats .312 of 400. And that's going to be a ground hopper, 2 seconds. Row down to first. Plenty of time, and that ends the inning. So another 1-2-3 inning, and that will conclude what is left of inning number 2. Top of the 3rd, Midland still holds the lead 2-0. We're back here as Willie McIver coming in, as he'll lead off the top of the 3rd for Midland when we come back. Top of the third inning for Midland, set to go here in the Missions Baseball Network. Willie McIver coming in as we lead off the top of the third for Midland. 9-1-2 due up, and that is a inside strike, and it's the count now, 0-1. Boy, so far we are not far from the first half of the season being over. Well, evidently what is left of that's through for the base hit up to the right field area. Amarillo, Frisco, Midland, and Corpus Christi and Wichita. There is Arabelle Angeles as we go to the top of the lineup as base hit for the 9-hole batter. Angeles is a 1-for-1, a single. And the pitch. That is an inside strike. And the count now. I believe it's no balls to 2 strikes on him. And called third strike. Right there, got him looking.
Now batting, the second baseman, Colby Halter.
And that'll bring up second baseman Colby Halter. Round out 0-for-1 here tonight for Midland. Taco Bell double play gets you 2 free tacos courtesy of HEB. So get you a coupon and get you some tacos courtesy of HEB. No balls, 1 strike to Halter. That one high flying in the air up to left field. Fabian will make the play. And there is 2 down. Well, June 10th through the 15th, we're at Amarillo. We are back June 17th through the 22nd, taking on Frisco. And here's right fielder Nate Nankiel, as he was a 2-run shot last time up as a 1-for-1. He played it the first 2. And that's going to be high fly in the air up to right field. Campbell will take it. And that is the inning over. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. 3.5. Midland leads this game 2-0. So we're back here as we lead off the bottom of the third inning as Yendry Rojas coming in for San Antonio when we come back. Now head to the bottom of the third inning for San Antonio, right now on the Mission's Baseball Network. Third baseman Yendry Rojas stepping in now for San Antonio as we get set to go. Here's the pitch, and that's in for a strike. It's the count now at 0-1. That one right there, gloved by the first baseman. And in time as they rob away a hit. And that'll bring up Nerwillian Cedeno as he comes in. And we got a great home crowd here tonight, right, Bob? I got to say, John, absolutely right about that. Every time that the Missions come in and have a good time in the homestands, boy, we got a lot of tickets left. We could sell them. And so far, our box office can sell them as well. And that's right there, swing and a miss. The count now, 0-2. Cedeno has really been on fire through the Padres organization. Days on end, he has been the walk-off home run that won the ball game. And got to say, pretty good on that. Here's pitch. That one is blistered high in the air, up to right, and the right fielder will bring it down for out number 2. Here is Leodalis DeVries, the shortstop, averaging a 327. Pretty good for him. And that's a swing and a miss right there. The count now at 0-1. That one fouled off, and it's quickly now down 0-2. Boy, one more, and it will be the end of this half inning. That is high in the air, deep to center. Under it is the center fielder making the play, and that ends 3 here this evening. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on for San Antonio. We head for the 4th. Kurtz, Trinkle, and Schwartz will lead it off as we head to the 4th inning for the Missions. Or for Midland, I do apologize. For the Rockhounds, we'll lead it off in the 4th inning. Set to go. Now set to go for the top of the fourth for Midland, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, leading off the fourth inning for Midland is Nick Kurtz. As he comes in and is ready to go, boy swings a changeup out in front of him, and he goes after for a strike. It's 0-1 after the swing and miss. The 0-1 delivery. That's inside, strike two.
0-2.
Boy, coming after him with those wild pitches. And the pitch, that one high in the air, and that is foul. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. That one fouled off. Still hanging on. Here's the pitch. That one driven high, up in the air to the right field area. Campbell will make the play. And there is one down.
The left fielder, number 10, Caden Trinkle.
That'll bring up Caden Trinkle, the left fielder. 0 for 1, a pop out last time up. And the pitch. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now 0-1. Midland 2-0. Top of the fourth inning here. San Antonio trailing the 2 runs. Rockhounds still holding on to a slim deficit. But evidently San Antonio could come back at any time and rally back. Plenty of time to do a rally. That one high right there, up to center, and that is out number 2.
The batter,
so far, pretty good on that.
Hitter, Nick Schwartz.
Designated hitter is Nick Schwartz as he comes in. Popped out last time up is 0 for 1. Don't forget Flying Chancla's back tomorrow evening. And also Friday as well. Saturday we'll continue this series with post-game fireworks after the game, so you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the best, and I mean the best, fireworks show courtesy of our friends at West Creek. And Dr. Pepper too. That's right there, the count now 1-1. Series wraps up on Sunday. As we conclude our 6-game set, then it's off to Amarillo right after that. Missions back home on Tuesday, June 17th, as we take on the visiting Frisco Rough Riders. Here's a 1-2. That one high in the air up to right. Campbell will run it down, and there is the half inning already come and gone. 4.5 innings. Where did I get 3 from? But it's 4.5. No runs, hits, errors, and nobody left on for Midland as we head for the bottom of the fourth, and it's 2-0 Midland. Albert Fabian leads it off when we come back for San Antonio right on the Missions Baseball Network. About set to go for the bottom of the fourth for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, thank you, Bob. And before we get set to go for the bottom of four, we need to give our Texas League scores. Arkansas leading 2 runs ahead of Corpus Christi. They lead 3-1 as they're top of 6 there at Bayfront Park. Amarillo leading 3-0 against Tulsa, top of the 4th. Midland leading this game 2-0 in our broadcast. Northwest Arkansas leading 3-2 against Wichita. Springfield leading 2 runs ahead of Frisco. It's 3-1, top of the 3rd. Well, anyway, set to go for the bottom half of the 4th inning as the San Antonio lineup turns over, and stepping in, Albert Fabian.
Ball.
That went down and in is 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, we're starting to hear a lot of loud vehicles. That one right there, and that's a foul ball. The count now at 1-1. Tying run is on deck for San Antonio. That one is high fly in the air, deep to center, and the center fielder will run it down, and that is out number 1.
Now batting.
We've been seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings, and even yesterday we have seen the same as both sides had committed very few runs. Yeah, I gotta say, that was pretty rough around the edges. Right there, line drive up the center. That's a base hit. And say no more in a run-free zone right there. Or a hit-free zone, I should say.
That's inside.
And here is center fielder Joshua Mears. He's the tying run for San Antonio here in this ball game as we have a runner on base now. Here's pitch. That one out of play. And the count now at 1-1. So far a cloudy evening there in Frisco. Springfield and Rough Riders going head to head. And that's going to be right there. Line shot to center, and that's 2 down. Well, by golly, it's getting rough around the edges.
First baseman, Marcos Castanon.
And that'll bring up Marcos Castanon. Trying to get that runner home from first. And did he go? Yep, he went. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, I don't think that manager would have a probable cause to argue that strike right there, but indeed it was as he went after it. And the count now is 0-2. Right there. And that's a fair ball right there as it goes down. And it's going to get going right up there. He's got a double, Marcos Castanon. And how do you like that? That is a double meat cheeseburger coupon, courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger. Anytime the Missions can hit a double out to second base, that means that everybody in tonight's attendance gets that coupon of that cheeseburger, courtesy of Whataburger. Jacob Campbell, the right fielder, coming in. Can he plate 2 runs to tie it up? I sure hope so. 1 ball, no strikes. And that's going to be right there, straight away, right field. And that will conclude the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for San Antonio. They fail to capitalize in this half inning, and they leave 2 stranded. Top of the 5th inning, Midland leads this game 2-0. Henry Bolt will lead it off. Swift and MacGyver will follow suit. for the top of the 5th inning for Midland. When we come back, it's 2-0 Rockhounds. Top of the 5th inning for Midland right now on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Our proud broadcast brought to you on part by West Creek Trail Rides, and our friends at Whataburger, Henry's Puffy Tacos, and yes, let's give back to our favorite of all theaters, Regal Cinema. Welcome back after a long time. Well, 1 ball, no strikes to Henry Bolt. And the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. First with the automatic ball, then a ball outside the zone, and now down in the count, now 2-0. Henry Bolt. And he goes a slider swinging after it, 2-1 the count. So far, a nice afternoon, but already getting into the wee hours of the evening. Now, if I do sound like Scottish, like people, I could probably sound like one. Wee laddie, wee laddie, cook me grits. You're funny, John. Well, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Henry Bolt. 40 pitches for Ryan Bergert. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him down on strikes. And that's a threat eliminated right there.
Now batting, third baseman.
Hot corner man, that is Drew Swift. Laying it off for Midland after the strikeout of number 7. And that is right there, the count now, 0-1. And the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Right there, the count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one straight away center, and that's a base hit. Could have almost thought he would have had another strikeout, and it would have been back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Bergert. Here's Willie MacGyver as he comes in. 1-for-1 single. And the 0-1. Right there. Ooh, that's a strike inside. The count now at 0-2. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. And fourth strikeout for San Antonio pitching. And we turn it over to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, shortstop, is Arabelle Angeles. Angeles coming in, ready to go. And that's going to get fouled off. The count now 0-1. Sun going down as on a beautiful Wednesday night. And that is a foul ball. And the count now 0-2. Stadium lights taking effect here at the ballpark here at Wolf Stadium in San Antonio, Texas. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And there he goes down on strikes. And that's the third and final out of this half inning. So no runs on one hit. No errors. And guessing nobody left. But we head to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Midland leads it 2-0. Cole Roederer leads it off for San Antonio when we come back. Leading off the bottom of the fifth inning for San Antonio is the designated hitter Cole Roederer. We're back with the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob, and we welcome you back to our broadcast as we go to the bottom of the fifth. First pitch in for strike one for Cole Roederer. It's already thrown in by Jack Cushing. Here's the pitch. And that one is a line drive, but out of play for the right as it goes into the glove.
Third baseman, Gentry Rojas.
Yendry Rojas coming in. A lot of 3-up, 3-down innings. And boy, Bob, I tell you one thing. Just a lot of time to come back for a rally. Yeah, for sure. And that's right there. Liner, straightaway center. Base hit. Boy, one guy could go down, but another guy could get on base, and I don't care what. These guys are ready to hit. Second one for San Antonio in the hit column. Their objective now is getting into that run column. No pun intended. Nerwillian Cedeno could get it done. And that's a liner. And that is foul. Oh, so close of being fair, but not exactly. And he's going to have to go back to the plate. Nothing in one. And that's going to be right there. Straightaway center. That's a base hit. And San Antonio's got something going. Yeah, they sure do there, John, don't they? Yeah, they do. Well, hopefully they could tie the ball game up or get a 3-run shot, and they'll put them up in front by 1. Here's Leo Dallas DeVries right there, and that's a liner. And they'll get the sure out at first, and that's 2 down, but the runners moving up to second and third as Leo Dallas DeVries did not survive on that one. And another look as that ball was on the ground. And he underhands it right there to the pitcher, covering that base for the out. San Antonio lineup turns over. Here is left fielder Albert Fabian taking the strike inside. Is 0 for 2, a fly out and a line out. Second, third, 2 away. 2-0 Midland here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch. Fouled off, and he's down 0-2 now. Trying to get on base, keep this half inning alive. And the pitch. And that's going to be lifted high in the air. And that might get down. It's trouble. 1-run scores, 2-run score, and we're tied at 2. A 2-run double by left fielder Albert Fabian. And he came in and blistered that ball. What a way to get that half inning going. 2 away and a base hit. That'll put both your runners home. And so far, pretty good on top of that. Here's the catcher, Ethan Salas, as he took a strike inside for the count now, 0-1. He's 1 for 2, a single during his last time up in the bottom half of the first inning. Here's the pitch. That one right there in the count now, 0-2. Here we go again. 0-2 count, runner in scoring position there at second. Trying to get something going. We have a 2-2 tie against Midland and San Antonio. And called third strike. Got him on the tee. And that will do it. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And this one shot by Albert Fabian as he gets a 2-run double. And that ends the half inning. 6th inning coming up. We are deadlocked at 2-2. Colby Halter leads it off for Midland as we head to the top of the 6th. Now set to go for the top of the sixth inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is Colby Halter as we lead off the sixth inning for Midland. As that is a taken in strike, and it's the count now 0-1. Sun's starting to go down, and yes, we have a perfectly good sunset tonight. And that's a strike inside. The count now is 0-2. Tie ball game, 2-2 are scored. Top of the sixes. Both sides are tied with 2 runs. The 0-2. And that is fouled off. Still hanging on that one. Don't forget, a month from now, it's July the 4th. That's a ground hopper to the shortstop DeVries. Gives it to Castagnon. And right there is out number 1. Nankiel coming in. And yes, he was the 2-run shot. So those 2 runs are his on the scoreboard. That one squared away to straightaway center. Mears has it in sight. And that is out number 2.
The first baseman, Nick Kurtz.
Nick Kurtz coming in now. Two out, nobody on. That one high in the air up to the left field area. Fabian has it in sight, and that ends the inning. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on for Midland. Mears, Castellon, and Campbell will lead it off in the bottom of 6. When we come back, it's still a 2-2 ball game. And back here for more as Joshua Mears, Castellon, and Campbell will lead it off for the bottom of the 6th inning when we come back. Well, about set for the bottom half of the sixth inning for San Antonio. Right now, here is John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and we welcome you back to our ball game here tonight. Taking in for a called strike as Joshua Mears, the center fielder, comes at the plate. And right there as he bobbled it. Not in, oh, never mind. He did get him by a footstep.
First baseman, Marco.
Oh my goodness. Thought he would have bobbled. He gets him out at first. Here is first baseman Marcos Castañon. And that one driven up to the left field area. Watch it go. It is out of here. And San Antonio taking the lead. It's 3-2. Well, pretty good right there. As it's now a ball game of a run on this Wednesday evening. A lot of home crowd fandom is pretty good tonight. Here is right fielder Jacob Campbell. Now, if I do sound a little bit tired in my voice, I do apologize. It has been a long day. Campbell coming in is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a line out. One away, nobody on. 3-2 San Antonio in this ball game, and that's a liner straightaway center. That's a base hit. Boy, just come on in there, Campbell.
Now batting.
Get you something going.
Roder.
And time is being called as here comes the Rockhounds manager. And it looks to me that will do for the starter, as that will pretty much be it for Jack Cushing.
Number 51.
Well, number 51, that is Ben Bowden as he comes in, a lefty. I was thinking he was a right-hander, but nope, I stand corrected. He is a left-hander, four-seam splitter, a slider, and a two-seam fastball. As he gets started with relief pitching for Midland. Bowden now pitching for the Rockhounds, and he greets up the designated hitter, Cole Roderer, as he's 0 for 2, a line out and a ground out. And a pitch. That one high fly in the air. And that is out number 2 going to the left fielder. And so far, runner still holding on at first after that base hit. But anyway, pretty good on that. Third baseman is Yendry Rojas, 1 for 2. But the last time up, he had the single. Just a nice evening as we have a bunch of high clouds and clouds in general. But that's right there, and that will pretty much do for this half inning is over. Well, a home run coming in across the score will untie the ball game, and we head to the 7th inning, and it's a 3-2 lead for San Antonio. Next batter up is Caden Trinkle. Schwartz and Bolt will lead off for the 7th inning, along with Trinkle. And San Antonio has this ball game. It's 3-2 Missions. About set to go for the 7th inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Caden Trinkle leading it off for Midland as we head to the top of the 7th inning here tonight. San Antonio leading a run ahead with a score of 3-2. Beautiful home plate shot right there. Boy, you see the clouds being nicely lit by tonight's sunset, which that's pretty good. Here's the 0-1. And that's an inside strike. And the count now, 0-2. We'll go ahead and check our scores here tonight. That will be pretty good. Okay, Bob, turn that down. Whatever you're watching. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get you going. Boy, the top of the 9th inning, Arkansas leads Corpus Christi 4-1. Amarillo leading a run against Tulsa 3-2. San Antonio leading a run against Midland 3-2 in their broadcast. Wichita leading 5-3 against Northwest Arkansas. And Springfield still leading the ball game 3-1 against the Frisco Rough Riders. That one chalk foul, the count now still holding at 1-2. So still hanging on. There's our scores in the Texas League. And that is going to be out of play, foul, and the count now at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. And that one is foul. One and two. Right there, called third strike, and there is one down.
The batter, number 6, designated hitter, Nick Schwartz.
Designated hitter, Nick Schwartz coming in. Boy, got a great crowd tonight. That is no balls and 1 strike, a fly out, a pop out 0-2 by Schwartz tonight. And that's a ground hopper right there in front of third baseman Rojas. He gives it to Castañon, and they're 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Henry Bolt.
Henry Bolt coming in, 0-2, strikeout and a fly out. A pretty good ball game thus far for both sides. Even though Midland trailing a run, the insurance run for San Antonio here tonight. And that one is skied to right. Campbell on his horse makes the running grab, and that will do it. Well, time to get up and stretch them legs. It's 7th inning stretch. And San Antonio leading this game against Midland 3-2. So we're back here as Norwillian Cedeno leads it off in the bottom of 7. When we come back, as Texas League Baseball, San Antonio leading this game 3-2. Well, hope you've had a pretty good seventh inning stretch, and we are back for more Wednesday night baseball right here in San Antonio, Texas. And here's John Baker as he'll bring us more. And here we go. Take it away, John. Well, thank you, Bob. And I got to say tonight, as we honor this game and we honor our military and those that serve in uniform, and we thank y'all for your valiant service on the Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. Well, leading off the bottom of the seventh inning, here is Norwillian Cedeno. Cedeno coming in, ready to go. And he's going to hit that one. A slow roller right to left. That's a base hit. We come in out of the bullpen and immediately see the first pitch he hits, and that's going straight to left field. Hopefully San Antonio could get in and get something going. That one straight away up to left field. That's a out right there. So that ball did not get far enough out there. And there's one down. Albert Fabian coming in now. Getting set to go here. And that's an inside strike, and the count now 0-1. And the pitch. That one's right there. Liner straight away left field as it bounces one bounce. And that's a now base hit. Catcher, Ethan Salas coming in. Two on, one away here in the bottom of the stretch inning. And that's a taken in strike. And the count now is 0-1 to the catcher, Ethan Salas. Well, he's still got a lot of daytime left, and it is a foul ball as the first baseman will pick it up, and evidently that will go foul. Jeff Andrews always says it went. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one blistered high in the air, deep to right. And that one gone, a home run. Ethan Salas, they got it a moonshot. He blistered that ball, whooped the stuffing out of it. It's like beating the old man with a stick to get that can of corn right where you want it. Boy, you're funny, John. You beat that old guy to get the can of corn that was the last can on the shelf? Yeah. Beat him silly. Get that can of corn. Listen, I want you to go toe-to-toe with Bob Vila and crush him like a bug. Yeah, crush him like a bug. More coffee. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Yeah, crush him like a bug. Well, that will do for number 51, as he has been relieved out of this ball game after giving up the 3-run shot. And they're going to turn it over to a right-hander, Tanner Dotson. It's a 4-seam fastball slider, a curveball, and a 2-seam fastball. Boy, San Antonio coming in from behind, just putting one in the bottom of the 5th, 6th, and 7th. 2 runs tying up the ball game, a run that will untie the ball game, and then 3 runs right here in the bottom of the 7th. Boy, San Antonio getting pretty good. Right there, ground hopper to short. Fire to first, and he's got him in plenty of time for out number 2. Marcos Castañon coming in, and so far for this guy right here in the 6th inning, he's had a home run just whacks it right over the left field wall to untie the ball game. So here is Castellon as he fouls that one off. The count now 0-1. So good crowd tonight on the Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. Don't forget Flying Chanclas coming tomorrow and Friday. Saturday post-game fireworks presented by our friends there at West Creek Trail Rides. And Sunday is Bark in the Park. So make sure to bring your furry friends. And I do believe we're going to have to switch Bark in the Park and Military Wednesday. I think that is in the process, but we'll see what happens. Top of the 8th inning coming up. San Antonio leads it 6-2. We're back here for more Texas League baseball right after these commercial messages. Have you ever thought about joining us there at West Creek Trail Rides? Well, guess what? You can. Visit our website at www.westcreektrailrides.com or call the 210-968-1524 and book your online reservation today. If you speak to Miss Alana, and you do really good. Well, we're going on to our break. We're back for the top of the 8th inning for Midland. San Antonio leading 6-2 in the broadcast. Top half of the 8th inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Drew Swift leads it off, and boy, Ryan Bergert doing pretty good. And the pitch, that is right there. Liner straight away, up to right. That's a base hit. Boy, coming in pretty good. And that'll bring in Willie McIver. McIver coming in, ready to go. Runner at first, nobody out. 6-2 ball game, and the slider is inside. And taken in for a strike, it's 0-1. Well, we are close to the end of the work week, and join us for the weekend as we have Missions Baseball, Flying Chancla Friday, and Saturday night fireworks. And don't forget, we are wrapping up the series on Sunday at 1 o'clock. So what a pretty good way to spend an awesome time here at the ballpark. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him down. So what a way to get something going. Well, San Antonio leading this game 6-2, top of the 8th inning. Springfield leading Frisco 3-1, top of the 8th. 5-4 Wichita against Northwest Arkansas. In the bottom of the 7th inning there at Riverboat Field. And so far, San Antonio does not go to Riverboat this year. And hopefully by next year, it should be a road travel. Maybe. 2 months from now, we'll find out in our 2026 schedule as Major League Baseball normally handpicks where we go. 6-2 San Antonio. And that's going to be right there. The second for one. And they do not overturn the play.
Now batting, the second baseman, Colby.
So the double play is snuffed out right there. And evidently, they try to get something going. Here is Colby Halter taking in a strike is inside. And the count now 0-1. Last time up, he grounded out in the first inning. Is 0 for 3. And the pitch is inside for a strike. The count now 0-2. Amarillo and Tulsa tied 3-3. Top of the 8th inning, so anybody can score in that ball game. It would be anybody's ball game. And that's going to be right there. That's a liner. And that'll fall. Base hit. And a run in to score. And makes it a 6-3 as that will be an infield single. And a runner moves up to second safely. So San Antonio doing pretty good. Coming in and getting something going. Here's Nate Nankiel, and he's going to pop that one up high in the air. Castellon will get it, and that will do it. But Colby Halter will get an RBI double, and they will trail 3 runs. San Antonio leading this game 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Jacob Campbell will come in to lead us off for San Antonio when we come back here in this ball game. Bottom half of the 8th inning for San Antonio, right down the Mission's Baseball Network. Well, 6-3 our score as we head to the last of the 8th inning here tonight. And the pitch by Dodson is in for a called strike as he faces off Jacob Campbell. 5-6-7 due up for the San Antonio order. That one is up straightaway center. Center fielder will get into shallow left to make the play, and that's out number 1. Cole Roederer is 0 for 3, a ground out in the 2nd inning. Boy, so far this could be anybody's ball game, make or break type situation. Missions hold a 3-run lead against the Rockhounds. And so far, pretty good. We get a final in Corpus Christi. The Arkansas Travelers win by a final score 4-1. They beat the Corpus Christi Hooks. Final 4-1. So right there, it's counting down 0-2. I say again, Arkansas beats Corpus Christi 4-1. And that one is blistered right there. And that is going to hit the wall. And that baseball is getting away. So that is a Roederer double. A double meat cheeseburger courtesy of our fans and friends there at Whataburger. So look like San Antonio can get up to 30th in their wins. And that'll put them a game and a half behind Midland and Frisco. Here is Yendry Rojas as he comes in. He'll take a strike inside. It's the countdown, 0-1. Rojas batting .278 of the year for San Antonio, and pretty good on that as well. And the pitch. That's an inside corner strike. And it's 0-2 the count now to the third baseman, Rojas. That one's skied to center. And that will pretty much be an out. And too late for that second baseman to head to third, as that will almost be a suicide mission right there to get off to third. Narwelli and Cedeno, 2 for 3, 2 singles and 2 runs. Coming in for San Antonio for the second baseman. Right there, ground hopper, straight to first, and that's the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. As we head to the 9th inning, San Antonio leads it 6-3. We're back here as Nick Kurtz will lead it off. Trinkle and Schwartz will follow in from behind. And the last 3 chances for Midland. Getting ready and all types of stuff as they try to avoid another game loss. Well, for San Antonio, it is trying to get up there and get something going here in this ball game. So back here for the top of the 9th when we come back. San Antonio leading at 6-3. Top of the ninth inning for Midland. Right now, the San Antonio Baseball Network. Well, thank you. Top of the ninth inning. Oh, goodness, Bob. Would you turn that down? We're in the middle of broadcast right now. But anyway, we head to the top of the ninth inning, and yes, so far, San Antonio in a 3-run lead. They lead 6-3 in this ball game. 3-3 tie, Amarillo at Tulsa. And anybody's ball game as they head to the top of the ninth inning. Amarillo could surely score in some runs. Tulsa would need a walk-off win to win it at 4-3 if they could get 3 outs against the Sod Poodles. And so far, Springfield holding 2-run lead against the Frisco Rough Riders. They lead 3-1. Arkansas beats Corpus Christi 4-1. And that would be the final. Travelers pick up their 27th of the season, and so far they'll be 27 even up, so that's pretty good. So pretty good on that. Corpus Christi is 19-34. So far, with Arkansas winning that ball game, they will move up to 3rd place. And that will put Northwest Arkansas down in 4th place. So the Tulsa Drillers, 3.5 games back against Northwest Arkansas. About 5.5 against Arkansas and Wichita. Springfield, 6.5 from 1st place. Well, anyway, just about ready to go here tonight for this final inning of the night. And so far, here we go as we head to the last of the 9th inning. Here is Nick Kurtz. And it looks like we're going to have a San Antonio pitching change, as that will do for the starter. And I will say that the guy on the mound did a phenomenal job. Ryan Bergert now out of this ball game. And so far, pretty good on that as well. So we're going to have at least Omar Cruz pitching at least half of those. And so far, pretty good on that. Nick Kurtz coming in. Hits that one straight away left. And that's a base hit. That hit comes in really good. And that'll bring in Caden Trinkle. And never mind, they're going to walk him over to first base, and he's getting on freely.
Number 6, designated hitter, Nick.
So 2-1 and nobody out. Here's designated hitter Nick Schwartz. And what the heck? What is going on? Now they got the bases loaded up.
Center fielder, Henry Bolt.
And that'll bring up Henry Bolt. His 0 for 3, strikeout and 2 flyouts. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a strike, and the count now 0-1. Nick, Caden, and Trinkle. Caden Trinkle out there. And the 0-1. And that is right there out of play. And the count now 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Not happy about that. And boy, tell you one thing, I don't think anybody would be happy that they get him outside the zone chasing that fastball. With the bases still loaded up, Midland can still get something going. Third baseman Drew Swift is coming in now, batting in the right-hand batter box. He's 2 for 3 and 2 singles. One away with bases still loaded up here in the top of the 9th inning. And pitch, and right there, and that will hit him. And that will enforce a run in to score. Well, the bases still remain loaded, and here is Willie McIver as he takes a ball outside the count now 1-0. San Antonio still leading this game at 6-4, but they are in danger now. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, high in the air, and nobody will get there, and that's going to tie us up. 1-run scores, 2-run score, 3-run score, a 3-run triple, and Midland will take back the lead. So Midland 7-6 against San Antonio. Now it's the Missions trailing in a run. A 3-run triple by Willie McIver. And boy, not a good thing that you gave up that many. You know, and so far it is just ugly when you look at it. Now San Antonio is enforced to carry on the bottom of the 9th inning without a 3-out rally back. Here is Arabelle Angeles as he takes a changeup outside the count now 1-0. Single, 2 runs, a stolen base at one time is 1 for 4. And pretty good as, you know, that was his 7th stolen base in the 2025 season, which that's pretty good. So far for the Midland Rockhounds, they have really been on fire out there in West Texas in the Permian Basin. And we're definitely going back to Midland way before too long. And anyway, 2 balls and 1 strike. Arabelle Angeles. Cruz pitching 10 pitches already. And that's the count now, 2-2. Here's the pitch. And the curveball down and in. And the count now 3-2. Midland leading this game 7-6. San Antonio trailing a run. A 3-run triple. And so far, pretty good on that. Here's pitch. That one high fly in the air, and that is out of play. Here's pitch. And that one popped high in the air. Campbell on his horse making the grab. Here comes a runner from third in to score. And Midland will lead a 2-run game. That'll bring up Colby Halter. RBI double in the 8th, the last time up. Well, it seems to me that the Missions manager is coming out. Luke Montz is having enough of runs given up by the defense, and so far he's making the change. As that will do
number 24
for that first reliever. Here is Jason Blanchard. 4-seam slider, changeup, a 2-seam fastball. Blanchard now pitching for San Antonio. 2 outs here in the 9th inning as Colby Halter comes in. Takes that one down and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes. What a great crowd we had. We sure do, John. And you know, San Antonio was in the lead 6-3. And now they're down against it I'll tell you one thing, John, it's just getting pretty ugly for these boys as we look at 8-6, a two-run shot. And San Antonio could come back in the bottom of the ninth and hopefully get this ball game in their favor. Yeah, for sure. That one high in the air, up to right field. Campbell will have it, and that will do for the half inning is over. A three-run triple, and they come in and put at least 5 on the board. And the last 3 for San Antonio is right there. As we head to the bottom of the ninth inning, Midland leads this game 8-6. About set to go for the bottom of the ninth inning right now on the Mission's Baseball Network. Well, gotta say, Bob, it has been a pretty good evening thus far. And so far, we need to check final scores if there is any. I know earlier Arkansas had beat Corpus Christi by the final score of 4-1. So the Travelers will take game 2 there at Bayfront Park. And so far, pretty good as that was a pretty good ball game. It's really, really good. All right, well, Bob is getting our thing going. Hopefully he could get the app running. I do believe it needs a reset. There we go, Bob. Yeah, we're looking and seeing what's going on. And so far, let's go ahead and we need to get some scores, don't we? Yep. So anyway, the Amarillo Sod Poodles, they are the top of the 10th inning, 5-3. And boy, the Tulsa Drillers need to get 6 to win. So Midland is up 8-6. Well, it's 8-6 ball game here in San Antonio tonight. Wichita leading a run ahead of Northwest Arkansas. Springfield leading 3-1. And it looks like the Cardinals have taken that ball game, and they won by 2. So the Rough Riders will fall down 31-20. And that gives Midland a fighting chance if they come in. And yes, they will get tasked on winning this ball game here in San Antonio. If the Rockhounds win, then that'll put them up to first place in the South Division, just a game and a half from Frisco and San Antonio. So that is one of those things. Well, it looks like Amarillo has hit a grand slam. And it's now a 7-3 ball game in the top of the 10th inning. So Amarillo has got that game in their hands. Now let's see what else we got here. Well, hopefully things will get pretty good as San Antonio tries to get some base runners here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Well, we are exactly 3 hours in our live stream, which that is pretty good. And for all those that came on this Military Appreciation Night Wednesday, we got to say thank y'all for coming in to our broadcast. Oh, that's exactly what I needed. Just a little refreshment. So far, pretty good on that. I might go ahead and probably get me a cookie or something. I always keep cookies in here. Well, it gets me a little flavor. A nice and sweet flavor. But anyway, we're about set to go for the bottom of the 9th inning here in just a few moments. And it seems to me like grounds crew was coming out. as they check the mound. And they are going to do that really good. So I think the San Antonio or Midland pitcher checking out the mound, and so far he's going to take a look at it. But anyway, that's all said and done. Pedro Santos is getting in, and a right-hander will get the closing door assignment. The four-seam fastball cutter, 12-6 curve, circle change, and a sinker. But I do believe that booby trap circle change will get him the strikeouts the most. But evidently, never say never on that one. 8-6 ball game. Midland leads 2 as we hit bottom of the ninth inning. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be well driven. High in the air, deep to right. That one is out of here. And a solo shot by home run Leo Dallas DeVries. Boy, they come in. And he is in to score, and now it's a one-run ball game. All they have to do is walk it off here, put another run on, and tie it up. And then the winning run now on deck circle. And back to the top of the San Antonio lineup. Stepping in is left fielder Albert Fabian. 2 for 4, a home run, single, 2 RBIs, and a run. Man, they need something going here. Here's pitch. That's inside for a strike, and it's 0-2. Well, do believe a little bit of light still remains out there, the left field area. Sun is completely gone down, and stadium lights now taking full effect here. Line drive up to right field, a base hit. And boy, San Antonio getting pretty good.
Now batting, the catcher, Ethan.
Now, I remember when San Antonio took on Wichita just a few weeks ago, and remember that Sunday afternoon, 7-4. Boy, that was a terrific scene that we saw. Yeah, I gotta say, John, when they walked it off right there, it was 4-4 tie, but 3 runs came in and won it. And pretty good right there, man, for sure. Ethan Salas coming in, and he takes a inside strike. And it's the count now at 0-2. Boy, the winning run is Ethan Salas. Trying to get in and get something going. Here's the pitch. That is a strikeout right there. And Salas down on strikes. Boy, Joshua Mears coming in. And now he's going to have the opportunity of knocking in a tying run or a 2-run shot.
Timeout.
And we're going to have a timeout, and we'll be right back after this as we take on station identification. And we will be right back here in San Antonio, here in this one. Well, we continue this half inning as the next batter is Joshua Mears. 8-7 ball game, 2 outs remain for San Antonio. And that's going to be lifted high in the air. And that's going to get down. Runners going from second to third and winning run now at second. Boy, tell you one thing is San Antonio can walk it off like they did on Sunday, May 25th against Wichita. The wind surge on that Sunday afternoon saw that ball game was tied 4-4, but San Antonio comes in from behind and whacks in a 3-run winning home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. And so far, that was just impressive. Yeah, it sure was, John. Came in, they took it by force. Yeah, they sure did. All right, here's the pitch. That is down and in for a strike. And the count now at 0-2. Marcos Castañon looking at second and third going. And the pitch. That one is a high fly ball. And that is foul. So right there, the count now at 0-2. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there. And that's going to tie us up. Here it comes. And it's an 8-8 score. So now the runner, the winning run of the San Antonio Missions, sits at third base. But here comes the manager, as that will do for the second reliever for Midland.
Now pitching for Midland.
Stevie Emanuel's coming out, the four-seam slider and the cutter. And so far, pretty good. Jacob Campbell coming in with 2 away. And takes the pitches inside for a strike. The count now at 0-1. And that's in for a strike, and it's the count now 0-2. Well, one more could mean that we could have extra innings here tonight. And yes, we do. As that ends 9 complete, we're tied at 8-8. So 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left for San Antonio. And we head 2 extras. It's now to the 10th. As Nate Nankiel will lead it off for Midland. And a runner starts at second when we come back. Leading the 10th inning off for Midland is the next batter up, Nate Nankiel. Nankiel now going right for the plate, and that halter will be at second. And here's John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and we are set to go as they'll lead off the 10th inning extras. So still a little bit further into this broadcast, and I do apologize if we are getting into 10 innings of play here tonight. As I said before, if my voice does sound tired, it's been a long day. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second base. And that's a strike inside. It's the count now at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 2-2. Boy, and I'll tell you one thing, that San Antonio needs a win tonight against Midland, and hopefully they will. And that's going to be a liner straight away. Here comes the run, is in to score. And it's now a 9-8 ball game. Midland will strike their runner out from second. And he's across to score. And Midland now up ahead by 1. 1 run of this ball game. 9-8 Rockhounds. And right there. And there's a stolen base on a strike. Nobody out here in this half inning. And that's right there. Castagnon gives a Blanchard right there. Beautiful play at the plate. A runner gets moved up to third on that sacrifice. That will bring in Caden Trinkle as he comes in. Well, 10:07 on this Wednesday night. Don't forget Flying Chanclas and Rockhounds tomorrow. Hello there. Can you hang on for a second? That's all right. Well, I do apologize. I had somebody come and ask me a question about something. But anyway, we go back to this ball game, and boy, that is straightaway left field, and that's going to get down a base hit. And 2 runs in to score, and Midland is pulling away now 10-8.
The batter, number 6.
Boy, the San Antonio Missions need to get in there and get some pulling weights down. Here is Nick Schwartz as he comes in and, boy, blisters that fastball. And the count now, 0-1. Top of 10. Midland leading 2 runs, 10-8 against San Antonio. And that is missing outside for a ball. The count now 1-0. Should I say 1-1? I do apologize about that. Still a runner at second, and that's going to be right there. And the count now at 1-2. San Antonio can win it. They need 3 runs. Get it to a 11-10 final. And right there, that one crushed. And now it's 12-8. Boy, they come back and they crush the dang crap out of it. Midland 12, San Antonio 8. It's a high-scoring ball game tonight. We treat you to some more baseball here in San Antonio, Texas. And that will probably do it for that guy. He is not going to stay in for much longer. And so far, Blanchard is out, giving up 4 runs. Not focusing on all cylinders of this ball game.
Number 71.
Logan Gillespie coming in.
Gillespie.
He is an ERA of 7.15. A strikeout rate of 14 and a third. .320 over a .318. Nobody on base after those other runs came in to score. Midland 12-8 in this broadcast. And that one's down and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes, boys. San Antonio, during the bottom half of the 9th inning, they had the opportunity, a runner, which that was opposing the winning run. Boy, a base hit would have won the ball game. We would have ended the broadcast already. But instead, we have extra innings on this Wednesday evening. But who cares? Free baseball for everybody. That's hit to Castagnon right there, and that's out number 2.
The third baseman, Drew.
Henry Bolt is down on the ground ball, and they take him out at first. So San Antonio will have their 3 last opportunities to get in. At least pretty good as they get a base runner to second. So far, they need to get 5 of these runs back before the end of the night. They're pretty good on top of that. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away, nobody on. And that's a swing and a miss right there. The count now at 1-2. 1-2. Here's the pitch. And that is out of play, foul. And I tell you one thing, that when you have extra innings, it's pretty good that you come in and get more baseball. That one fouled off and still hanging on. Boy, we won't ever forget Sunday, May 25th against Wichita. That was a Sunday afternoon that none of us would ever forget. Boy, late night ball game. We are now 10-13. 2 away, nobody on. Midland 12, San Antonio 8. And that's a swing and a miss right there. And that concludes this half inning. Boy, a stockpile of runs come in as at least 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom of the 10th, as Cole Roederer will start at base, and right fielder Campbell will get that second base position. So we're back right after this from our proud sponsors of West Creek Trail Rides. Bottom of 10 coming up. Bottom half of the 10th inning set to go for San Antonio. Right now, the Mission's Baseball Network. Well, a 12-8 ball game. Runner in scoring position as second. And here is Cole Roederer, the designated hitter. That's a taken in strike. And so far trying to get in there and get something going. Maybe a walk-off, but
No balls.
evidently now in a 0-2 count now. And the pitch. That one is driven high in the air, up to center. And that's going to miss right there. That's a base hit. Boy, and they come back. And they put that ball out of reach. Well, here is Yendry Rojas as he comes in. 1 for 4, a single. 9 and 10 potential runs on base. And a pitch. And that's going to be driven high in the air. And that'll bring in a sacrifice fly, making it a 12-9 ball game. 3-run lead for Midland. And they need to get closer. That'll bring in Aurelian Cedeno as he gets in. And that's right there and in for a called strike. And it's 0-1. That one is driven high in the air, nicely up to center. And here comes the advancing run in to score, and it's a 12-10 lead. Boy, 2 out as Cedeno comes in. Here is Leo Dallas DeVries, the solo home run back in the 9th inning. 12-10 our ball game. And that is fouled off. The count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And that one is driven nicely deep to left. Or should I say right. And it's out of here. And they avoid going down, and they ain't getting out of here this easily tonight. 10-24, and Leo Dallas DeVries comes in. And what a way to get something going here tonight for San Antonio. Now all they need is put 2 more and win it. And that will conclude a Wednesday evening's festivities. Whoa. I can't even talk tonight. My golly.
Now pitching for Midland.
Well, Shioki Tomioka. Shohei Tomioka coming in now. However the heck I can pronounce his name. This guy all the way from Okinawa, Japan. Boy, I tell you one thing, that is just rough around the edges. No balls and 1 strike. And we are going to take a quick pause here. And that's down in the count now, 0-2.
Call time.
And we're going to call time. And, well, after that, we have one more strike to do. And so far, hopefully that the bases will be loaded up and a grand slam will win it. But anyway, I've got one more. But, what am I talking about? Jeez. So it's just two more runs to win the ball game tonight here in San Antonio. And that's going to be pretty good for the Missions. One last time out of the evening. Bob, are you having a good time? Yeah, John, I'm having a great time. Well, I don't know if you are asleep or not, but anyway, I know it's close to 10:30 at night. And knowingly, we've been going for almost 4 hours of our broadcast. Well, we are 2 outs, tying run at the plate. Midland leads 12-11 here in inning number 10. So far, if San Antonio can whack in two more, then that will get us going. And hopefully San Antonio can get out of a one-loss loss streak in this one. But anyway, we are up and ready. Boy, I tell you one thing, just a tiring day as hopefully we get this game concluded and all of us could go home and enjoy what is left of the evening. Yep, so time is called for the last batter, and yep, so far everything going pretty good. So it looks like San Antonio getting ready to come down in this one, and Fabian down in the count now at 0-2. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball right to short. And that's a win for Midland as they win in extra innings. Our final tonight is 12-11. And now San Antonio now losing this ball game. And that means Midland is first place winners, closing out tonight at 32-21. That will put San Antonio at 29-24. So Midland will move first place in the Texas League South. Frisco losing to Springfield 3-1 in that broadcast. And so far, that'll put the Rough Riders in second place. Third place is San Antonio. And so far, we have 4 ball clubs that we need to see on who won in those. But anyway, we did pretty good here tonight. So anyway, we'll go ahead and check those final scores. Amarillo is called as a win against Tulsa. It is a final score of 7-3. So the Drillers get their 30th. And so far, that will be the ball game in Tulsa. Northwest Arkansas winning their 27th. So we got 3 teams in the North Division tied with 27. So, wow, we have 3 teams trailing Springfield by 3.5 games. We got Arkansas, Wichita, and Northwest Arkansas all at 27. So the Wind Surge, they're at 27 and 26. And so far, everybody played baseball tonight. Wow. What a good way to end the night. And so far, we are super excited for our next broadcast tomorrow night. Our first pitch at 7:05. Well, Midland will take game 2 of the 6-game set. Through extra innings, the Rockhounds won by the final score of 12-11. So they win by a run. Nate Nankiel, player of the game, is 2 for 5, a home run, 3 RBI. Stevie Emanuels gets credited with the win for Midland. And Jason Blanchard getting the loss for San Antonio. Well, for all of us, I got to say I'm happy that this ball game and broadcast is over. But we thank y'all for tuning in to our live stream here this evening. Oh, yes, and I did forget the save goes to Shohei Tomokioka, as he will get the save for Midland. Our time broadcast 3 hours and 52 minutes in this one. And so far, for all of us here tonight, we thank y'all for joining in our broadcast. And so far, it is time to go home, get in bed, and another day tomorrow. Well, for all of us here, we thank y'all for coming in, and we'll see y'all tomorrow night at the ball game. Final score, Midland 12, San Antonio 11. So Rockhounds 12 runs on 11 hits, no errors. And for San Antonio, 11, 16, and 0 as we wrap up this evening. So for all of us, have a good night and safe travels home.